Hello, hello everyone, welcome to another day of World of Warships Legends. I am your host, Phoenix61. We are rocking out in the New Mexico tonight. This is the original American Tech Tree Tier 5 battleship, right? I like this paint job. Usually with my MERICA ships, we put the MERICA paint job on them, but this one I went with this camo. Very standard. We get spotted pretty early on here, so we've probably got a destroyer coming in hot towards Zone B or Zone A, right? So we'll try and just hit the brakes and turn away here, just to try and avoid some bad shells from battleships, but ultimately nothing crazy coming at us at the moment. That looks like a pretty good shot on this Aoba, so obviously we will take it, and he's starting to back up, so not quite gonna get him. 3 over penetration. Still did 7,600 though, so we will take it, right? We will take it. And yeah, he's going to get picked on until he's kind of out, either unspotted or ducks back behind that island, right? When you're a battleship, it's kind of the thing to try and murder cruisers, right? So I made a guess that he's going to keep backing up there, so we took the shot behind him. And we'll see if that actually plays out here, because we can't even see him anymore. Oh, we got two hits and 1 over penetration. Puts us up to 16k. And he's got some bullets flying at us. Whole lot of nothing. Alright, so we're gonna kind of being cautious here too. Instead of turning in and trying to be more aggressive on the zone, there is a destroyer in there, since we could see it getting capped in there. And there's probably also a destroyer in Zone B. So we could potentially have 2 destroyers heading up this way once those zones are captured. And we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. But if we can get rid of this Aoba, somebody finish him. There we go. Thank you, sir. First blood goes to our Ismail. So this is a great ship to be broadside to us. The Ismail's pretty easy for us to citadel, right? So my guns cannot reload fast enough. I'm so eager for this shot. It looks like he's going to start moving backwards, so we'll fire a little bit behind. See where these end up. Boosh. Citadel hit there. Hoping for a little more. Still only 3 actual hits from me. We got 12 guns here, guys. Come on. Alright, we'll swing back around. We want to make sure we're not being predictable here. I do see a smoke screen off in A, but that battleship that our cruiser is calling out is being a little bit too aggressive. He's going to pay the price for it there. But I didn't see what happened and why he was so low on health, but the battleship finished him off, right? So, but my guess would be he didn't kind of consider that there's probably a destroyer in there, and he probably took some nasty torpedoes, right? So we'll swing around, but yeah, we want to kind of try and be a little bit unpredictable here, just so that we don't take torpedo hits, right? So we'll kind of see what transpires as we head towards the zone. It would be nice to just go straight into the zone, but we know there's a torpedo. We know there's a destroyer around here somewhere, right? So, and that's exactly what's keeping us spotted right now as well. So I'm sure he's off to our right. Alright, we got Gneisenau popping up here as well. Alright, so we're unspotted now, and then there's torpedoes coming in through the zone at the cruiser, right? So we know we don't have to worry about the destroyer for the time being. We'll see how it goes. And yep, there he is. So he's out of line of sight for us. We're going to have a decent shot on this Gneisenau, but that Ismail looks like he's still backing up around the island. And so if he's going to keep doing that, I'm going to take this shot, because I know we can probably do quite a bit more damage to the Ismail, if not get him off the board here, right? So we're a little bit closer to him this time. We're going to take a little bit better of a shot here. He's still moving backwards. Boosh, 3 Citadel hits for a devastating strike. That guy's gone. What we did was a little risky there, because we were going broadside to him, so we did maintain. We hit the brakes, and then we were turning away as quickly as we could, right? But I think we were more prepared than he was in that moment. So we'll take our next shots at this Gneisenau, unless we can get... Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to help out with the destroyers to get them off the board, but he's kind of tucked back behind that island and we wouldn't be able to get all 4 guns right away, but so we'll take a shot at the Gneisenau, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's further out, and you just can't quite, you can't get those awesome Citadel hits on those Gneisenau's. So you do awesome chunky damage, but it's not quite as brutal, right? That ship's a little bit more forgiving to play as, and people a lot of times when they do the commander builds and stuff, they're doing kind of a brute build of like heavy health and secondary battery builds, right? So, but we lost our cruiser. We're now out here, kind of sort of all alone, right? And I'm imagining that destroyer is now going to make his way over towards us. But we will continue to chunk away at this Gneisenau as much as we can, right? So we're letting the rest of our team, if you take a look at the mini-map, you can see they're kind of finishing up out there. So really the key here is just going to be survivability, right? So just stay alive, make sure you don't make any silly moves, right? We are in a very slow, fast American battleship. We do have some pretty decent torpedo protection, but it still hurts quite a bit to get hit by torpedoes, right? So we're going to make sure we change directions here and there, right? So we were going backwards before. Now we're going to start moving forward. We'll be able to try and keep this Gneisenau in our sights to be able to shoot at him. And then we're hopefully throwing off the destroyer and his evil plans to send torpedoes at us, right? By changing direction. So yeah, the key to dodging torpedoes, like I always say, is to start dodging them before you see them, right? So you can just assume that we're probably the only target that, we're probably the closest ones to that destroyer, so we're going to just be unpredictable, right? But as the game progresses, these two are the only 2 ships left. Our team finished up everybody else, capped the other 2 zones, and are most likely headed this way, right? Because this is, this side of the map is the only one with things to do, right? So we went unspotted there, so I'm going to guess the island right off to our right here, our front and starboard side, is probably where their destroyer is hiding, right? So I imagine he will come around that corner, although there's some more torpedoes. He would have had to have fired those, a good 30, 45 seconds ago, though, so he may... Yeah, so that, yeah. Somebody else is calling out that zone. So yeah, I'm going to guess he's off to our right now. Yep, and there he is. So we will hyper-focus on him. I'm going to hit full reverse and turn in towards him, and this is what I'm talking about. This is just a slow battleship, right? So we'll send everything we got at him. And we're going to assume that there's torpedoes coming, although those other ones were so recent he might not have been reloaded yet, but I don't want to make that assumption, right? So we'll keep it in full reverse, because what likely would have happened is he would have fired them along the suggested line to where to fire them, which would be out in front of us, right? So by keeping the brakes on, those torpedoes would have gone in front of us, hopefully, right? Depending on what he does. Sometimes people can predict your movements, and then you're screwed, right? What happens to me is I assume they will do what I do, which is stop and turn in when they see me, and so then I'll fire behind them, and then they'll just keep moving. So that's my luck with that situation when I'm the destroyer, right? But so we got the kill on him and didn't see any more torpedoes, so yay for us, right? So Gneisenau is the only thing left to finish off here. We'll see if we can't get this kill. We'll obviously just kind of YOLO push in towards them. They do have torpedoes that are 6-kilometer range, but we want to get as close as possible before somebody else can shoot them, right? Because we want to do the guns. We want to pull the triggers, right? So I don't think he has too much health left, so we should be able to finish him in one salvo here, right? There we go. Didn't really matter being broadside to him either. You might as well let him do some damage to you. Why not, right? It's the end of the game. He's the last guy there. We'll take it. 3 kills, 138,000 damage. That's not too bad for New Mexico. 2,600 XP puts us at the top of the leaderboard for the game. Awesome, awesome. And about 200k in winnings for silver, or whatever you want to call it, right? So I am using the Azure Lane New Jersey Commander. This is the one pay-to-win commander that I actually did spend some real money on when it was available. just because these perks are just so tempting for and work so well with American battleships. But most of my other unique commanders, I don't think I've paid for any of them. I've either gotten them through lucky crates or something like that, you know. So we, for the most part, range and accuracy and AP build is kind of what we're picking for inspirations and loadout here as well. And then this is the other really valuable perk here. They deal more damage with Citadel strikes, another 12%, so that probably helped us destroy the crap out of that Ismail when we got that devastating strike on him, right? So, and then of course my will to rebuild, which I'm almost always using for battleships. I think it's pretty rare that I don't have those on there. So if you see me in a game and I'm on your team and I'm dying in my battleship, come hang out by me, because we need will to rebuild. Stay alive, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Now is the time that it's appropriate to push the like button, only if you actually liked the video, right? That's how it's supposed to work. And then make sure to follow the channel too. We're trying to do World of Warships videos every day. So see you tomorrow.